Hello there guys, this is Dino Man here, and CollectA have released their final wave of figures. So first up is their Brontosaurus, which is very cool. A lot of you might know that a long time ago, Brontosaurus was said to be a numen dubium. Basically, the thing that was described as Brontosaurus was said not have enough differences between it and Apatosaurus to be its own genus. So because of that, Brontosaurus went under Apatosaurus. Which is a shame because Brontosaurus had become the more popular one. So that led to the fact that a lot of people spread around saying Brontosaurus never existed, because it didn't. It was Apatosaurus. But in 2015, some researchers re-looked at the bones and discovered that there were indeed enough differences to call it its own genus, and so Brontosaurus was back. And it looks like CollectA has jumped on this opportunity and have done a Brontosaurus of their own, which is very cool. This is not 1/40 scale, so it's not a deluxe figure, but it's going to be a fairly large figure. Because it is a sauropod. So first off with it seems to be fairly accurate. The neck seems pretty thick, which is important because Apatosaurs had very thick muscular necks. The tail is very long. It might look different in real life, but it doesn't seem like the tip goes to as much as a whip-thin end, because it was a very skinny whip-thin end. They have these more of a double row of spines going down the back on the tail, which is very interesting. I've never seen that before. I don't think we have anything that disproves that, however. But overall with this figure, I don't know, there's something about it that's not super appealing to me. I really don't know what it is though. So this will be one that I might get, but we will see. It's definitely not going to be the highest on my list. This next one is very interesting. It's another T-Rex figure like CollectA have done, and it does have feathers, but as we can see, this one mostly has scales, which I can kind of see why CollectA might have done that for people that aren't totally supportive of a totally feathered T-Rex, because at the end of the day, as far as the integument goes, integument basically means skin covering. A fully feathered T-Rex and a T-Rex that looks like this are both accurate. They gave it the exact same color scheme, however, which I'm not sure if I'm totally okay with. I would have liked to see it different. But also they have made it so this one does not have a base, which is very interesting. That's probably why it's kind of leaning up like it is, so that way it can balance on its own feet. Because I know some people didn't like that figure because it has a base. I personally don't mind bases. I think bases do wonders for the figure in general. But overall with this one, I don't think I'll get this one. Just because it's basically the same thing, just without feathers and with scales, and I personally prefer feathers over scales. I know some people don't. If you don't, then get this one. But yeah, so I don't think I'll be picking this one up though. Next, and the last one that CollectA are doing this year, their 1/40th scale Mapusaurus. Now this is an improvement because they did a Mapusaurus a while ago, and this is like a brand new one, which is very cool and definitely an improvement. So Mapusaurus, for those of you who don't know, was a very close relative of Giganotosaurus. In fact, some people believe, well, again, we're not entirely sure, but it is possible that Giganotosaurus evolved into Mapusaurus. Now, Mapusaurus was fairly large, but it was not the largest carnivore. It was, I think it was like the 5th or something like that, biggest carnivore, like 6th, 7th, 5th, somewhere along there. But now onto the figure itself. it looks very nice. They seem to have added detail to the base, which I like. The color scheme is pleasing. It's not my favorite that they're doing this year, but it looks very nice. They added in this speculative kind of dewlap, which is always nice. I love it when people include speculative features. But overall, I probably will get this one just because it is very nice. It is 1/40th scale, so it will be fairly large. So that is CollectA for 2018. I wouldn't say probably as good as 2017, if I'm being honest. They've had some ones, some of theirs are kind of more along the lines of meh rather than great. And not only that, but they're basically all huge. They're all deluxe, except for their Scurryumimus and Mentellisaurus and their Brontosaurus. But their Brontosaurus, even though it's not a deluxe, is going to be very big. So that means that CollectA for 2018 is going to be fairly expensive because deluxe are bigger and so are more expensive than normal figures. So it might take a while for people to actually get all of these if they want them because of how expensive they are. So again, because of that, I think I'll probably get the new Safari 2018 figures first and then maybe some of these, but I'll probably be more picky with these because again they are more expensive because they're like all deluxe. But yeah, so those are my final thoughts on CollectA for 2018. I've done some good stuff, some things meh. I'm kind of meh on. I don't think they've done anything bad, but some of them are kind of meh, you know? But anyways, that is it for my look at CollectA for 2018. Dino Man, out.